Cubs can't complete the sweep in Baltimore. I thought it was a bad call.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm Sam Olber, the better-looking Matt Cozy is here, and you are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. Today's episode is brought to you by Kalshi.
Oh, it's hot in here.
For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code Locked On to get $10 when you trade 10 Kalshi. Trade on anything. The Cubs probably wanted to trade umpires this afternoon. We're going to get to that call in detail because I think it summarizes just the over officiating that we have in the World Cup and basketball, and now of course in baseball. We're going to preview the Cubs Reds series. The Reds aren't good, but that those pitching matchups are a little bit not great. But we start with the game, Matt, and I just thought that today was a really good example of where the Cubs are at in terms of offensively. Like David Peterson, I don't think he pitched particularly well, but the results were good enough. The bullpen came in, yet Ferguson had a meltdown. He hit two guys back-to-back. Rolison gives up a hit that scores two. I thought Nico should have had a better throw, to be honest with you, to throw out Alonso.
Right.
And then they lose in the ninth. But ultimately, I don't care what the process is. If they give up 3 runs with the guys that they're running out there, those are the games. Every 10 times they do that, they got to figure out a way to win like 7 of them because there's going to be games where they give up double digits.
Maybe I'm overvaluing Trevor Rogers.
Yeah.
But I entered today's game not at Mizorowski levels necessarily from a couple Fridays ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this game, despite the lines being pretty close at first pitch, Orioles were minus 130 when it opened.
Mm-hmm.
I considered this game to be a major uphill battle.
Yeah, you did.
That's how much respect I have for Rogers.
Are you guys friends or something? You
he
know
had
him?
an ERA in the ones last year. He has an ERA in the ones the last 6 outings.
I mean, are you guys buddies? Or
You remember that game last year? Horton beat him 1-0 on a Friday, 1 hour, 59 minutes.
Vaguely.
He's really good, man. He was an all-star last year. I know Peterson was too, but I think this is different. And so I expected them to score between 0 and 3 runs today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. And I don't think I share. I guess I'm just not really focused on the offense today as much as maybe I should be. Especially having won the first 2 already.
Yeah, Cano's good too. He came in after Rogers.
Well, the Cubs should trade for him or Kittredge or Garcia.
Yeah, Kittredge ended up getting the save in this ball game. I thought, like Peterson, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch every pitch.
4 walks.
Yeah, he walked too many guys. He got a big double play ball when he needed it.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, but I still, this still isn't the guy I'm looking towards. The ball was on the ground more today, but there was a lot of hard contact. And then Hollowell comes in, does a decent job, but walks too many guys. The Cubs walked 7 today, and they hit 2.
It's hard to win when you do that.
And then good bounce back outing from Thielbar and Ferguson's. To be fair, they were both sort of fluky hit by pitches, one on like the toe and one on the jersey, but that's just in a 1-run game on the road. You just kind of knew.
Yeah, how often are they going to win close games with basically no-name relief pitchers? And the answer is they've won a lot recently with them. But actually, Sam, if we remember back to June 11th when this nice run started, they've gotten even thinner while racking up all these wins. Since June 11th, they've lost Palencia, they lost Cabrera, they lost Brown, they've lost Maton, others. That was during this stretch, a few days into that. I'm just wondering after this game is, yes, like the Fergusons and Rollisons have done well. Hollowell has, in a pinch, has been okay. But was this their pocket right? Did Ferguson give you
what he was
what
going to
he
give
has,
you.
maybe?
Yeah, right.
Did Rollison?
Yeah, it's a great point.
Is Hollowell going to go down on Friday? Dude, it's being held together with Plato.
Yep.
And they've won 16 games for almost a month in now. But this pocket is going to end, and maybe that was today.
Yeah, it's a great point. Like, basically, like, hey, did you get the best out of those guys, and are they just coming down to earth now? I mean, we saw it really quickly with Bryce Wilson. He went from pitching great against the Brewers to just getting shelled against the Cardinals. Rollison doesn't look like he did a couple weeks ago. He's misfiring. No. He's misfiring a lot more. He's missing in the zone. I also feel like it should have been a 2-2 game. The throw by Nico Horner, I think, was underratedly really poor. Now, maybe I'm seeing it wrong on the replay because it kind of looks like it skids. I think he two-bounced it from second.
What? Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, he two-bounced the
throw. And
it
was a tad wide, too.
I thought it was more than a tad wide. I thought it was yeah.
Oh, tad is kind.
Yeah, I thought it was towards the first base line, and he two-bounced it from short second base.
Yeah, it's got to be a short hop or on the fly.
Yeah, I just think
a long hop.
I don't think it was an awful throw, but I thought it was a less than stellar throw, and I think like a decent throw gets him.
That's what it looked like to me.
And he's been one of the worst hitters in baseball for 2.5 months, so he needs to do those things. And then, by the way, I hate doing this. I hate it.
Where does he rank? He's probably literally bottom 10.
I can't imagine there's a lot of everyday players that have an OPS in the mid-5s for 2.5 consecutive months.
Right.
I shouldn't say a half. That's strong. 2+ months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like doing it, Matt.
Here we go.
I don't like criticizing this guy, but he is, to me, far past Bregman in terms of the most disappointing players this season. And to be fair, he did have a double today, and Michael Busch got thrown out at home. I was perfectly fine with the send with 2 outs because Ian Happ from the right side is essentially hitting like a pitcher. Seriously, from the right side, he has an OPS in the 5s. I mean,
he's back to that. Yeah,
he's been great from the left side.
Mm-hmm.
So he was on deck. I was good with that send. I thought Happ could have done a better job helping Busch slide a little bit if I'm being a little picky.
Well, that's something that's got to happen. We do that at the freshman level back in the day.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago for you.
3 years ago.
Yeah, but
so when did that happen? Was that this week, Sam? Where Nico is at the top of the list over?
No.
Bregman?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I just was just kind of hoping it would come around. And here's the thing with Nico, and we'll talk about this in a sec too. It's very hard for him to make up ground with his numbers because he's not a power hitter and he's not a walks guy. So like he's supposed to be hitting like in the 280s, 290s. He's so far down, and he almost just has to like remove the beginning part of this year and just take the second half of the season after the All-Star break, which really isn't the second half, but you know what I mean. Right. And just start over. Just try and be a 300 hitter because it's really brutal right now. More on him. And a really, really bad call that I thought cost the Cubs the ball game. We talk about that coming up next.
Today's episode is brought to you by Kalshi. Baseball season is here and now, and you can trade every game on Kalshi. The prediction market is hotter than ever right now, and that's exactly what you could do with Kalshi. The Cubs and Reds this weekend are 50-50 for all 3 games. Cubs are actually at 49% for Friday. We'll preview that series later. So Cubs are trading at 49% to beat the Reds Friday, meaning a $100 trade right now pays out $189.57. That would be really good to do that. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI to trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Alongside Matthew Cozy, I'm Sam Olber. We're lifelong fans taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. And thank you for making Locked On Cubs the #1 Cubs podcast. And shout out to the everydayers. You can become a Locked On Cubs everydayer by joining us for every episode throughout the week. All right, 9th inning. Nico Hoerner leads off, hits routine ground ball to Gunnar Henderson. Boom, boots it. Man on first, nobody out. As we know with Andrew Kittredge, he's not particularly good or fast to the plate. Yeah. He uses his 2 disengagements. I thought an interesting plot in this game. I was sitting there, like I said, I hadn't been following it all day. I'm going, I still would use Dean here. But Dean ended up coming in for Seiya, who left the game, I think they said, with cramps, because I think that opens up, Matt, a fascinating argument. If you're up a run in the 8th, do you just go all in with Dean's defense, or do you save him for a spot like that? Because he would have stole 2nd and 3rd easily off Kittredge's slow motion. But anyways, Nico has the base stolen. He then overslides it. On second look replay, Nico was called for this earlier in the year, inexplicably, but Henderson's blocking the base. And not only is he blocking the base, he also shoves Nico a little bit off the base with a tag.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a push for sure.
Yeah, but the blocking of the base was the big thing, and that's why Craig went to the earmuffs to challenge the call.
Which they didn't review.
But they can't review that. That has to be called on the field. And my take is this.
And he was upset after the game, too.
He was livid. But by council standards, he was livid. I mean, he genuinely called it out, said it's got to be – look, if we're going to do the review thing and it's like, hey, even though it's a little bit ticky-tack sometimes, we want to get every call right, then be able to review every call.
Then do it, right.
Because that's a really hard call to ask the second base umpire to make. I mean,
for sure.
he hasn't been making that call his whole umpiring career. You could clearly see that Henderson blocking Nico Hoerner from the bag is what causes Nico to change his slide, causing him to overslide the base, added a push. Then what happens? A base hit by Happ into the hole. Hoerner probably stays at third there. Again, things wouldn't have played out that way. Good swing from Conforto. We got a tie ball game. I just thought it cost the Cubs the ball game.
Yeah, and given that how you just laid it out in the context of the situation, I think it did. Now, could the Cubs have come through a little more earlier in the game? Sure. But that's a tough call to make live on the field, and it is frustrating that there are still some plays, especially around bases, that you're not able to clarify or you're not able to challenge. And I was glad counsel said what he did after the game. I got a chance to listen to the Orioles call of it as well.
Oh.
And they, couldn't believe that Nico was arguing. And it's like, well, you guys have monitors in front of you, right? It didn't seem like there was a discrepancy. It did seem clear with the replay.
Well, you could tell the Oriole announcers to worry about their 43-51 ball club.
Exactly.
I will say, I do think it was still Nico could have done a better job of staying on the bag. I think he could have done a little bit better of a job. And again, those are the little things that pile up when you're struggling. I mean, and then Swanson easily steals second base. They could have just had a field day running on him. I really genuinely thought when I had it on while I was doing some work, and when Henderson booted that ball, I thought the Cubs were scoring. I thought it was a lock. I thought Hoerner was going to steal second, maybe even third. And then that whole oversliding the base. I will say I'd like to see the Cubs practice if they can, staying on the base more, because it does seem
they need to make some kind of adjustment.
Yeah, they do that often. Oversleeping the bag.
They have to talk about that before Friday's game.
All right. So are we in lockstep moving on from this call?
You and I?
Yeah. Are we in lockstep with let's say let's do it. Let's do a 20 game sample. Let's say the next 20. Let's say, would it be a success? I'm not talking about wins and losses here in that regard.
Oh, okay.
If the Cubs pitching staff gives you a good chance, meaning they give up 3 runs or less, or 4 runs or less, or they hang in there. If they do that, let's say in 15 or 16 of the 20, right?
Wow.
I think that's good enough. And then you got to find a way to win 10 or 11 of those. And then there's going to be like 4 of them, like the game against the Cardinals on Friday, where 15 minutes in, you could go out, with Bennett and take a walk or something.
Yeah.
And so, and then maybe you slug good enough to win one of those 4 or 5, and you just keep stacking up 11 and 9s or 12 and 8s. And that's how it goes.
Yeah. I that sounds right to me.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting about the number that you picked out, purposefully or not, is the first 13 out of the break look nice.
Yeah, we've done this before.
But you should be able to cash in like you did against the lowly Orioles, you did against the inept Padres, you did against the Mets, and for good measure, you beat the Brewers too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And you beat the Mets before that. They stink.
They stink.
Okay, and this all opened against the Rockies.
I haven't looked
at the Rockies.
Who's after the Rockies? They went
in between the Rockies
Giants,
and Mets.
Giants, right?
They're a lowly club,
right? No. Is that right? No. They went Giants road.
Right.
No, they were Rockies home, and then they played somebody at home over the weekend before they traveled to New York. And I can't Blue Jays. I think that was
Blue Jays. They lost 2 out.
They won. They won. Oh yeah, they canceled Sunday's game.
That's
they
right.
had that bullpen meltdown on Saturday.
Yes, they did. Which, I think
you're saying, can I get used to that? That might be the new norm.
Well, to me, Sam, it's very clear that they need to be active. See, in my mind, and maybe this is being optimistic, they've already done some convincing of the front office. Like, hey, let's do this.
Agree.
Let's try to make a move for a reliever or a starter, or both. Maybe they acquire 2 guys or whatever. But yes, given the state of the team, I would not have any pause of like a 12-8 stretch. But if you want to, pull out the schedule, and you'll see that the 13 to open up post All-Star, which literally leads into the deadline, pretty much on August 3. It's favorable.
I'll never get over, and this will be, we'll go into the Reds thing next. I will never get over the fact that the 2 slash lines of Alex Bregman and Nico Horner, respectively, are 238, 336, 342, 240, 313, 336. Your entire pitching staff literally has been injured.
Right.
And you're 11 over.
Yeah, it's wild.
I mean, you could actually make the case, and I get it. There's some stuff, Pete's been, again, like, it's like we're starting to take it for granted. Like, today felt like a quiet day. He goes 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Like,
it's a good day.
Yeah, it's like I'm telling you, it reminds me of Bonds. Like,
sure.
Like I remember, like Bonds hasn't done anything in a few days, but he's walked 8 times, and
yeah, he doubled.
Doubled, yeah. And obviously that's helped a great deal. And I thought Bregman had better swings this week, but again, he posted another 0 for today.
At some point, you need results, man.
And I thought Bush had a good game today, but he only had 1 hit.
I think we're in lockstep on.
Oh yeah, it's twice now.
We need results.
Should maybe the title just be "We're in lockstep"?
That'd be funny. At least the thumbnail caption.
Yeah, like
kind of an inside thing.
Like lockstep. No one would get it but you and me. Another 0 for Amaya. All right. Coming up.
Why do you have to dig out Amaya, man?
Because I made a bold prediction that he was going to have a big year, and I was wrong.
Right. You're wrong. Yeah, you've been wrong often.
Yeah, I was wrong on him. I was wrong on Ballesteros.
Hopefully you'll still be right on Biased. I think post All-Star break, we'll get into next week. That could still be a nice story, I think.
I've had a very rough prediction 2026. I felt really good about my 2025.
Yeah, for sure.
and
too.
And I've been really off on this team.
Dansby had a nice 18-game stretch.
Coming up next, we're going to preview the Cubs and Reds series. Not as easy as you may think. This episode is brought to you by Game Time. Nothing like watching a Chicago Cubs game. Even better when you get to watch it live, the excitement, the fans. The only problem, getting tickets can feel like a grind. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's where there's Game Time. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period. Folks, you have a very rare opportunity on Friday after the All-Star break. The Chicago Cubs host this mediocre Twins team at 7:05, a rare Friday 7:05 start. Go on Game Time. See if you can get in. Go out after the game. Enjoy it. Then you get Saturday and Sunday to do what you want to do. 2 taps and it's done. No stress, no hidden fees, just great seats and minutes. That's what makes it so easy to decide last minute to hit a game. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today.
We're also presented by Proton VPN. Have you ever noticed how the second you search for something online, ads for that exact thing start following you everywhere? Or maybe you're traveling, trying to access a website, stream a game, or watch content you normally use at home, and suddenly you're hit with the message, this content isn't available in your region. That's why more and more people are turning to Proton VPN, a secure VPN service designed for people who want more privacy, more security, and more control over how they experience the internet. It helps keep your online activity private, protects your data on public Wi-Fi, and gives you access to the internet the way it should work, open, secure, and on your terms. In baseball, we spent a lot of time talking about gaining an edge and controlling what you can control. Well, the same idea applies online. Having the right tools can make a huge difference in your day-to-day experience. Sometimes it feels like the internet knows what you're thinking before you do. Well, you could stop that by getting Proton VPN, and it's easy to get started. Right now, Proton VPN is offering our listeners 70% off a 2-year plan when you go to protonvpn.com/lockedonmlb. That's protonvpn.com/lockedonmlb for 70% off a 2-year plan. protonvpn.com/lockedonmlb.
Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube to Locked On Cubs. That way you don't miss any of the great Cubs content we've got for you. That includes the Cubs postcast with Joe George live after the final out of every game. I think Joe George and I got something coming for you. I want to say on Monday, which might be pretty cool. So check that out.
Yeah, let's announce that at the top of the next episode.
Okay. Yeah. I just
want to do that.
Yeah, I just weren't sure how it's getting uploaded or where. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
I don't know anything about it, but it's a cool surprise. What's not a surprise is that the Reds are. I really like the transitions and segues when I do this part. It's fun.
You're doing really well with those.
Thanks. Yeah, no, it's Johnny Carson-esque. Shota Imanaga versus Hunter Green. Remember him?
Oh boy.
Assad Lodolo.
Oh, here we go.
And Boyd Abbott.
I like that. I like that matchup.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I love Jeff Carr.
Sure.
I don't watch a lot of the Reds. I'm a bit tired of them, and so I can't.
Because of how poorly, because you think they should be better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just feels like every year we do this dance with them.
And maybe they'll heat up against us or something.
Well, they did. We are the reason they made the playoffs last year. They swept us in a 4-game series at Great American late because we just started to mail it in. after we clinched, which didn't hurt the Cubs by any means. So what does it matter? I just feel like the Reds fans, if you're listening, I take thank you cards. I take fruit baskets.
Gift cards.
I take, gift cards would be great to Amazon or something, or a great new sponsor.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to do the whole on paper dance, but I got to tell you, Matt, like nothing's going to really look good on paper with the guys we're running out there anyway. So let's see what happens. You said when you were reading the Cauchy ad, it feels like a 50-50 series, which is a mild upset considering we're 11 over and they're 7 under.
Yeah, it is in terms of that, but it looks and feels like a 50-50 series. That's where all the markets have it. And I think that's right to me. 3 games left until the break. Cubs have won 2 out of 3 already. Would be nice to win both series, but you're at least going to take 3-3 to enter the break. 10 games over 500 with all the turbulence they've been through and the ups and downs. But how are they going to get to that? And I think if you do work backwards, you see that Andrew Abbott has struggled a lot this year, and Matthew Boyd pitched like an ace the other night.
Yep.
You see that Nick Lodolo has been up and down, and Javier Assad, is he going to continue his magic?
Oof.
He has basically for 3 years.
Right.
And then you see Shota Imanaga against a team that can slug
in a small park.
Not thrilled by that. And Hunter Green, debuted last week for the season, got touched up, but maybe he finds his groove Friday, and we know his resume and all the tools and skill sets that he has. So
Pete got him. Pete got him last year, I think.
Not really too keen on Friday. Saturday toss-up. Sunday should be a win.
Swept them in a 4-game series at Wrigley earlier in the year, right?
Was that the 3 walk-offs?
Yeah. I was at the
2 or 3.
I was at the Conforto one.
Wow.
The captain, in my opinion. Now there's a lot of people I know, old school people, Mike Schmidt, Willie Mays. I'm getting there. Don't worry, I'm getting to my point. Albert Pujols, of course. You name it, there's a lot of them. In my era, the captain of the Cubs killer team, Eugenio Suarez, will make his debut. The Cubs did not have to face him at Wrigley. He was hurt. He just always bashes the Cubs. Just always. It's unbelievable. I'm going to pull it up right now. It's almost, it feels like it almost feels like a joke. Like it's like Hap versus the Reds. Now he has 36 homers in 132 games versus them. But I will say, to be fair, it looks like a lot more of the damage comes at Wrigley. So
okay,
take that for what you want. Hap, obviously, we always make the joke. Hap in Cincinnati. I think it's getting a little old, but
I think he's going to play there.
You think he'll be a Red next year?
I do.
Wow. Okay.
I do. I think he'll finish his career there. Either there or Pittsburgh.
The frustrating thing with Ian is he's going to have to hit a lot from the right side this weekend because he's seeing 2 lefties.
Well, maybe he mashes Green then Friday night.
Just a couple notes on the Reds. Ellie De La Cruz, their best player, having a nice season statistically. Like I said, I'm not watching him play every day.
He is, yeah.
273, 348, 486 from your shortstop that steals a bunch of bases. Excellent. Sal Stewart, really good player.
Made the All-Star team.
Yeah, that seems a bit strong at 256, 340, 480, but he's having a great rookie year. JJ Bleday is a guy that they called up, got real hot early. He's come back down to earth, but he's dangerous versus righties. Right. Be careful with him against Assad. That's about it. TJ Friedel's back, another Cub killer. He's hitting about 170, but against the
He's
Cubs,
awful this year. Dude.
Yeah, against the Cubs, he looks like Pete Rose or
right.
somebody else. Trying to think of some
Joe Morgan.
Yeah, Joe Morgan would be a better one for the Reds because he played second base.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, Eric Davis. I mean, we could do this all day long. Barry Larkin.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think the great closer for their early '90s teams was Rob Dibble.
Oh yeah, he did broadcasting for a while. Still might.
Yeah. No, I'd like to listen to the Reds broadcast this weekend. All right, good show, good week. Cubs win another series. They keep trugging along here. Overall, I think all things considered, they're doing an outstanding job. This is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night, every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. White Sox starting to fade, got swept at home versus Boston. Find MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB channel on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.